In this video, we will look at global updates, adding a new column. Global updates is a feature of every Smartsheet control center. Once your Smartsheet control center is operational, at some point in the future, you will probably want to make changes across some or all of your projects on how they are configured. And this is a feature in the Smartsheet control center that allows you to do this. In this video, we will look at adding an additional column to a project plan. This is one of the project plans we're going to change. We're going to add a at-risk column that flags at-risk items into this plan. Now, you might be thinking, why doesn't she just do it manually? And that's fine if you have only several projects. But you have 10, 20, 30 onwards of projects, that's going to take quite a lot of time. So this is where Global Update really comes into its own, that you can change so many projects so quickly. We begin by moving to Control Center, to Manage Projects and selecting Global Updates. As you can see, I've got no global updates currently live, so we will add a new one. We are adding a new column today, and then basically we're asked for some simple information. So what are we going to call it? We're going to call this Add at Risk Column to Project Plan. Then everyone who uses this later or comes into Global Updates can see exactly what this does. We're going to select our blueprint, which is CT-NPD2. This means that only projects created using blueprint CT-NPD2 will have the opportunity to be changed in this way. And templates, with this gives me the list of templates for those projects, and we're choosing Project Plan. Our next stage is to give more information about the plan. So we're creating a new column. We're going to call it At Risk, as we've already decided, and it's going to be a symbols column. And I'm going to choose flagging. So we're flagging at-risk items. If we click on Advanced here, we can get some more options. So if this was a text number column, maybe we want to change the font, the size, or the formatting of any of the cells. This is a symbols column, so we don't need to do any of that. We also can choose where our column will go. Can flick onto any place basically within the sheet we have. I'm going to put it right at the start here because I think if we're flagging at risk, we want to be able to see that quickly and easily. The next step is to click Create and Run. Now, don't be nervous about this because it will give us the opportunity to test. It's created it. And what we're going to do is we'll go back to the same sheet again, VW pair 500, and we'll use this as our test place. So you never are in a position where you press go and you've made change to 500 projects and then realise it's wrong. You've always got the opportunity to test. So let's apply the test. Once the column's been added to our test sheet, we'll see a success button here and it actually tells us what it's done. So we have added a new column at risk to the target sheet. Great. So if we now click this blue button in the middle, that will open the same sheet as we looked at earlier. And as you can see, we now have our at-risk column at the front where we wanted it to be. So we've done that test, we're happy with that, and now we can move on to rolling this out. So we'll close this sheet, return to Control Center and press Confirm. Confirm we're happy. We then have another check page. So we're adding a new column. It's been validated, i.e. we've tested it and we're happy. It confirms our blueprint and our template and the column information and properties. So we can go ahead and apply update. This moves us to the global update page. As you can see, all these projects have been ticked. Now these are only the projects that have been created using template set blueprint CT-NPD2, which is what we chose at the start. Also by default, this box will be ticked. Now this is making the change in the base project templates. If you don't want to change any of your projects for any particular reason, you can simply untick them here. Now I do want to change all of my projects and my base templates, so I'm going to press Apply. Now this does give you the warning message that it's permanent and not reversible. Are you sure about doing this? If you're not sure, press No at this point and go back and check the changes you're making until you are sure. I'm sure, so I'm going to press Yes. Now, as you can see, it's showing Again, all that list of the base and the projects, and it's starting to tick through. They're blue while they're in the queue, and they turn green once they've been successfully changed. And as you can see, we have a date here of when it's run, so you know that that has definitely happened. When the system has worked its way through and all the projects have turned green, you will have a message up here that says the process has been completed, and that is it. So we have just updated the project template and 8 projects in under 5 minutes, whereas doing it manually would have taken us a considerable amount of time, and certainly if we had a large number of projects, several hours. And that is very simply how to add a new column to your project in Global Updates.